back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about returning clients. I feel like a lot of beauty pros in this industry struggle with retention. Yes, they have one client coming in one time, but are they really booking again? If you're constantly looking for new clients, running promotions, posting every day, and your clients are still not coming back, it's not you, it's not the algorithm, but it's your retention strategy. Most of us know how to get clients, but a lot of us don't know how to keep them. Once you learn how to keep your clients, it will have you at a constant flow of them pre-booking, coming back every 2 weeks, coming back every 3 weeks, keeping you busy and keeping you booked. Once you master that, you won't have the fear or the worry of, oh, I have an unstable income, or oh, I have no clients for this month. Let me teach you exactly how to master that. Strategy number 1, you don't have a rebooking system. Once you finish with your client and they're satisfied with their nails, that's a perfect chance for you to be like, hey, do you want to pre-book your next appointment? For instance, in my case, I have a lot of girls that do have jobs and they don't get their schedules until like 2 weeks in advance. So sometimes they can't give me a certain date, but as soon as they get their schedule, then that's when they text me and they tell me to pre-book their appointment, just because they know how fully booked I can get. I have a lot of girls that do wait till last minute, but I always like keep an eye out for them. Like if I know usually they have like a 9 to 5, if I see that I have like a couple of appointments left for like the evening, I let them know like, hey, I only have a certain of these appointments left. Would you want to try to come? If you think you texting your clients is like a form of you begging or whatever, I really don't see it like that. I would say it's more so you looking out for them, because now I'm fully booked and now they can't get their nails done. Like I'm the type that I will look out for you. Like I know that getting your nails done, it's a necessity. I also have my clients that pre-book their appointment 2 months in advance. Like they come every 2 weeks and a half, and for the whole month of like, let's say May, they have like 2 appointments booked up already and they don't miss it. Strategy number 2 is their experience is memorable. If you provide good service, anybody could do that. That's easy. You can just be polite, hey, do their nails, and leave. That's it. But to get memorable service, your energy has to be good. Your space where you work at has to be clean, to feel comfortable. And you have to like, get a little personal, try to, get to know them a little bit more. If you're going into work mad, if you're just being dry, if you're literally dragging your feet to work and you're just doing it and you have that mentality for just the money, baby, shift that mentality. Example, if you're coming to get your lashes and your hair done and your stylist is just being dry, if your hairstylist like looks like she doesn't want to be working, that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable. You need to make your clients feel comfortable. You need to give them that safe space to feel comfortable, for them to be like, hey, I feel like these nails are a bit too long. Hey, I don't like this color. Hey, or even if you're like, I don't know, a lash tech, and you're giving them advice like, hey, I think you should get a certain length. You need to make them feel comfortable for them to speak up and be like, no, I think this is a bit too long. Just be, nice, hear them out whenever they feel like they want something in specific. Don't just push certain things on them just because you're the tech, just because you may know better. Hear them out, and if you guys can't come to an agreement, just compromise. Be nice, be welcoming, don't be rude. If you're not a friendly person, at least try to like relate to them to certain things. Like let's say you can ask them, oh, what type of music do you listen to? Boom, if you guys like the same thing, then that's like a perfect way for you to start off your conversation, make them feel good, make them feel like you guys are relatable in a way. Even like I have clients that there's like a big like age gap, either they're too young or they're too old, no offense, or they're a little bit older. I just try to like ask them like questions to see what we can relate on. That way, like for them, it won't be like, oh yeah, no, she's just an nail tech, I'm just going to her just because, like, no, like now she's gonna come to her appointments looking forward to, hey, yeah, like we have certain things in common, like let's just update each other on that. Your clients can become your friends, honestly. Like I see a lot of techs or a lot of service providers that go out with their clients. That necessarily isn't, I'm not there yet, but I have made a lot of good friends with some of my clients. Just take a step back and just think, am I a welcoming tech? Do I give off like weird energy? Do I give off like, oh, don't talk to me type of energy? Like, just think of it. Would you want to feel a certain way when you go to your appointments? I don't think so. I also want to mention that if you're home-based, make sure your area, even if it's a little corner, make sure your area is clean. I understand that if you're home-based, you may have a lot of family, you may have a pet or something, but just make sure that's a bit more controlled. Like, for example, if you have a pet, make sure that it doesn't smell like a dog or a cat, or just keep your environment smelling good, keep it clean, because clients do look for that, especially if you're home-based. They'll automatically think that you're not as professional, so I feel like they will judge everything. Trust me, I know, coming from me being home-based, I feel like they wouldn't tell me, but I would feel the vibes, I would feel the looks. They would look around and I just felt them judging, and you don't want that. You don't want a bad reputation on you. You don't want for your clients to go and talk to their friends and be like, girl, no, like, I don't recommend, I don't want to come back, like, it's just messy over there. Like, no. That's for my home-based techs. A big controversial topic are sales. If you charge, let's just say $100 for lashes, nails, install or something, and you have clients that think that's a bit too much, and you run sales and you only see them when you run sales, that's a terrible sign. Terrible. Because now they're only coming to you because you lower your prices and you're cheap. You don't want to be known as the cheap tech, even though your work is amazing. No. You need to somewhat prove to them that yes, $100 is a lot for you, but it's worth it. Like, your retention needs to be 10 out of 10. Like, you're a hairstylist and you install wigs, your wig shouldn't be lifting 2 days after they get their hair done. Your lashes shouldn't be their lashes shouldn't be falling the same day. Their nails shouldn't be lifting. Like, none of that. Like, you need to prove a point and be like, listen, my prices are where they're at because I do an amazing job. When you run sales, you don't have loyal clients. Another strategy I want to talk about as well is you not educating your clients. If your clients don't think you're educated enough or don't perceive you as educational, then they may not fully trust you. Let's say they come in with weak nails, right? Me personally, since I offer acrylic nails and gel X, I would opt in for them to do gel X nails, and then I explain it to them. If you just automatically say, oh no, we're doing gel X, they're gonna be a bit confused. They're gonna be like, oh no, but I've been doing acrylic all these times. Why would I want to do gel X? Say they come in with the nail that's already off. Let's say they hit their nail really bad and then they started bleeding. If you're working over an open wound, first of all, that's not okay. That's not sanitary. That's a big no. That's like illegal in the nail world. Like, you can't be working over an open wound. But let's say you do. You're not educating them enough. You're not telling them, hey, this is not the correct protocol. But if you just want to do it just because they're begging you or whatever, I will always suggest no. As a lash tech, if your client comes back for a fill, but you've noticed that they have gaps because they started plucking out their lashes, and you see little baby hairs coming in, I would educate my client and be like, listen, this lash set won't be as full because you have baby hairs that can't be lashed on. And if you do lash on them, that's just going to create more damage, and that's just going to cause for whenever the lashes grow out, that's just going to cause for it to be very heavy and cause breakage. So you always want to educate your clients. Run them through your aftercare for nails. Let's say you have a client that has dehydrated cuticles or dehydrated nails. Give them a cuticle oil, Q-free cuticle oil. Make sure that they use it every day to prevent dehydration for the nail. For lashes, tell your clients you need to wash your lashes every day. For eyebrows, let's say you get them laminated. I know you're supposed to condition them and put oil on them to prevent them from being so hard. If you're a hairstylist, make sure that they wrap their hair before they go to sleep. Hair waxer, just let them know no saunas, can't be outside with the sun hitting for too long. You know, just guide them through aftercare. Of course, yeah, if it's not their first time coming to you're getting that service done, of course they're gonna be like, yay, I know. But at the end of the day, some people from experience have told me, yes, I know. But when I educate them, they're like, oh, I didn't know. So yeah, so that's just how you come off as more educational, more knowledgeable of, you know, of what you're doing. You become more trustworthy. They can rely on you a lot more. They can feel free to ask you questions because you know you're gonna have the answer to them. Another strategy, or let me just say point, another point is, we are in 2026. If you're a nail tech and you're only offering French tip nails, but you're not offering a cat eye, you're not offering the 3D nail art, if you're a lash tech and you're only offering classics and you're not offering the wet sets or the spiky look or the anime look, you need to get with the program. Because I swear, every single month there's a new trend. Every single week there's a new, oh look, but you can buy this product and it will help you with retention, or it will help you with this. You need to stay on top of your game. You need to be on social media every day, learning about the new trends, learning how to do a certain strategy. If you've been doing like a specific thing one way, but you've seen an easier way on social media on how to perfect it, or how to take less time on what you're doing, literally go through with it. We're going to name this point as the leveling up strategy. That's what we're naming it. Point is, you need to stay up to date, because these clients are not just gonna want to stick with the plain old what is it, like Spanish French tips or the old school French tips. Like, no, they're gonna want to evolve as well. They're gonna want to do the new 3D flower, the little 3D ladybug, all them, you know, extra stuff. If you're a lash tech and you're still using that table lash bed and you have a lot of clients complaining about their back or whatever, girl, what are you doing? What did we say previously? We need to make sure our client is comfortable. So you need to invest into a lash bed, that like a couch lash bed or one of those electric lash beds, because we need to make sure our clients come back. You don't want them leaving with back pain. The last tip I want to give you is precision. If you're a service provider and you're not paying attention to the small details, we need to switch that up. We need to change that, because if a client can see your mistakes, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Let's say you have a big gap that you didn't see while you were lashing, and there's like a big gap that you missed, and you don't go back at the end and check your work. That's just you giving a rush set. If you're a nail tech and you see all your French nail designs are uneven, that's you not going back to your work and making sure everything's on point. If you're just doing it just to do it and you tell them put it in the light, you're done with the set, you realize that all of them are uneven, you're gonna go back and look at their nails and look into every single detail, every single mess up, every single thing that you did and didn't do, and they will criticize it. And from there, they're gonna make the judgment. They're gonna be like, yeah, that Beauty by Law girl, I'm not going back to her. Which, yes, I understand sometimes you won't catch your imperfections, you won't catch your mistakes. But if you're just lacking all the time, we need to change that. It's okay if you take a little longer than everybody else doing a set. It's okay, there is no rush. Your client is gonna feel very excited when you're done. They're gonna see the end result. They're gonna be like, wow, me sitting in this chair for 4 hours was definitely worth it. Which it shouldn't take 4 hours, but if you have that client sitting there for 3 hours or laying there for 3 hours, at the end they're gonna be like, okay, like, she takes her time, she's very neat, she's very professional, she knows what she's doing, she pays attention to every single detail, that's where they're gonna value the most. You can't be having that mindset of, oh yes, I need to get them in and out in 2 hours, hour and a half. That's when you start to slack. That's when you start to make a lot of mistakes. That's when you have a lot of imperfections in your work, and they're gonna judge that. Main goal here is to keep your clients coming, but the extra goal, the cherry on top, is to have your current clients coming to you and referring their friends to come to you. Because now what? Now they're gonna have two best friends like, hey, you're going to Laura? Yes, me too, I have my appointment. Let's say they want to come in the same day. They just come together. Now what? You have your client, and now you have another client. And guess what? That client will be returning. These tips I just gave you go hand in hand with returning clients, with how to gain clients too. Because word of mouth is, to me, I value word of mouth more than somebody seeing me or finding out about me through social media. Because that just means that the client you just serviced is giving you amazing reviews. From the street is going to value somebody with the review of somebody that went to you already, rather than people on the internet or them seeing how many followers you have, your prices, all of that. When you master retention, your book stabilize. When your book stabilize, you get more money coming in, more income. When your income comes in, then you stop running on survival mode. That's just how you build business. That's how you build more stability. If you're watching this video and you're like, damn, she's right, damn, these are some good pointers, damn, she's talking to me, baby, it's because I am. You need to stop thinking more. You need to stop thinking less of a service provider and think more of how to build your business, how to level it up. Anyways, this sums up this whole video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more tips, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow all my social media, because I do give educational tips. I do post educational things. And yeah, so if you have any questions, if you need any advice, you can feel free to reach out. And yeah, bye.